Hello there. Welcome back to the GBS Analytics Hub. I'm Uday Kumar Mudli. This is part 3 of our KPI Framework Series. In part 1, we covered KPI Fundamentals. In part 2, we went deep into finance KPIs across P2P, O2C, R2R, Treasury, FP&A, and intercompany. Today, we move to the people side, HR and payroll. In any GBS environment, people are both your biggest asset and your biggest cost. The KPIs we cover today will help you measure how effectively you're hiring, retaining, developing, and paying your workforce. HR and payroll in GBS covers 5 core functions: talent acquisition, attracting and onboarding the right people; learning and development, building capability and ensuring compliance; employee relations, managing engagement; satisfaction and culture; payroll operations, paying the right people the right amount at the right time; and workforce management, optimizing headcount, productivity, and cost. Each of these functions has a direct impact on GBS performance. If you cannot hire fast enough, you have capacity gaps. If attrition is high, you're constantly retraining. If payroll is inaccurate, you destroy employee trust overnight. Let us go through each of these functions in detail. Starting with the talent acquisition, 6 KPIs. Time to fill, target suggested here is 30 days or less. This is how long it takes from opening a requisition to a candidate accepting the offer. Every day beyond 30 is a day your team is short staffed. Time to productivity, target 60 days. This is how long it takes a new hire to become fully effective. A short ramp up means faster return to your hiring investment. Offer acceptance rate, target 85% or above. If candidates are rejecting your offers, something is wrong with your compensation, your employer brand, or your interview process. Quality of hire score, target 80 out of 100. Measured through performance reviews and manager feedback at 6 and 12 months intervals. Cost per hire, target suggested or reference is $3,500 or less. This includes job boards, agency fees, TA team time, and background checks. And internal fill rate, target is 30% or above. This measures how many roles are filled by internal promotions or transfers. A healthy internal fill rate signals a strong talent pipeline and reduces the hiring costs. Let me show you the hiring funnel and why each stage matters. You start with 100% of applications at the top. After screening, roughly 40% pass. After interviews, you're down to about 20%. After offers are made, about 15% reach the offer stage. And after onboarding, about 12% are hired and productive. The key insights here is the offer acceptance rate. Improving it from 75 to 85% reduces re-recruitment costs by up to $45,000 per role at senior levels. That is because every rejected offer means you go back to the interview stage, extend the time to fill, and keep the role vacant longer. Smaller improvements in acceptance rates have a big financial impact. Now, the KPIs that keep every GBS leader awake at night: attrition and retention. 6 KPIs. Overall retention attrition rate, target 8% or below annually. Voluntary attrition rate, target 6% or below. This is the one you really watch because these are the people choosing to leave. Regrettable attrition rate, target is 3% or below. This tracks high performers who leave. Losing an average performer is one thing, losing your best people is a crisis. New hire 90-day attrition, target 5% or below. If new hires are leaving within 90 days, something is wrong with your onboarding, your job descriptions, or the reality versus expectation gap. Employee satisfaction score, ENPS, target plus 20 or above. And absenteeism rate, target 3% or below. High absenteeism is often an early indicator of engagement problems that will eventually become attrition. Why does attrition matter so much? Because replacing one employee costs between 50 and 200% of their annual salary. Let me break that down. 20 to 30% goes to recruitment costs, job boards, agency fees, TA team time. 25 to 50% is lost productivity. The role is vacant, plus the new hire takes 60 to 90 days to ramp up. 10 to 20% is training and onboarding. Induction system access, body time, compliance training. And 15 to 30% is knowledge loss. Process knowledge, client relationship, institutional memory that walks out the door and never comes back. Here is the real example. A GBS with 500 FTEs at 15% attrition loses 75 people per year. At $30,000 average replacement cost, that is $2.25 million per year spent on replacing people instead of delivering services. That is why attrition KPIs are not HR metrics, they are the key business drivers. Moving on, let's look at the learning and development KPIs. Training completion rate, target is 95%. Compliance training completion, target 100%. This is non negotiable in regulated industries. If even one employee misses compliance training, you have audit exposure. Training effectiveness score, target 80 out of 100. Completion is not enough. You need to measure whether the training actually improved performance. Learning hours per FTE, target 40 hours per week, per year. That is roughly 1 hour per week dedicated to learning. Internal promotion rate, target 25%. This tells you whether your L&D investment is actually creating career pathways. And skill gap closure rate, target 70%. As your GBS evolves towards automation and analytics, the skills your team needs are changing. This KPI tracks whether you're losing this gap fast enough. Let's move on to the payroll KPIs. This is the function where the margin for error is zero. Payroll accuracy rate, target 99.5% or above. Pay on time rate, target 100%. There is no acceptable miss on this one. Payroll query resolution time, target 24 hours. When an employee's pay is wrong, they want it fixed today, not next week. Payroll escalations per run, target 3 or fewer. Each escalation means something went wrong that the frontline could not resolve. Cost per payslip, target $12 or less. This is your efficiency metric. And payroll compliance rate, target 100%. Tax filings, statutory deductions, reporting deadlines, all must be met every time. Why does payroll demand zero tolerance? Because a payroll error affects employees, every employee simultaneously. There is no other GBS failure with this reach. Think about it. Employee trust, a single payroll error damages trust that takes months to rebuild. In a GBS with 10,000 employees, one run error can trigger hundreds of queries simultaneously. Legal and compliance risk. Underpaying employees, even by accident, creates legal exposure. In many countries, payroll errors carry regulatory penalties, operational disruption. Each payroll error generates a query, an investigation, and a correction run. At scale, this can consume 20 to 30% of the payroll team's capacity in a single month. And reputational damage, payroll errors make headlines internally. They become the defining narrative of GBS performance, overriding all other positive metrics in the eyes of the employees. You can have perfect AP accuracy, perfect close time or cycle times, perfect SLAs, but if payroll is wrong, that is what people remember. Now let's dive into the workforce management KPIs. FTE productive ratio, target 85% or above. This measures how much of your team's available time is spent on productive work versus idle time or non value activities. Labor cost as a percentage of revenue. Target 25% or below. Overtime hours as a percentage of total hours. Target 5% or below. If overtime is consistently above 5%, you either have a staffing problem or a process efficiency problem. Span of control ratio. Target 1 to 8 up by 1 to 12. This is the manager to employee ratio. Too narrow and you have too many managers. Too wide and you cannot coach effectively. Headcount versus budget variance, target 2% or below. And schedule adherence, target 95% or above. This is particularly important in GBS operations that run shifts or have time sensitive SLAs. Okay, I think now that we have covered all the KPIs across the functions, here's a summary of the scorecard across all the 5 HR and payroll functions. Pause the video here if you wish to, if you want to screenshot this as a quick reference for your own KPI framework. 5 key takeaways of this session. 1. HR and GBS spans 5 core functions: talent acquisition, L&D, employee relations, payroll, and workforce management. Each needs distinct KPIs. 2. Attrition is the single biggest cost driver. Replacing one employee costs 50 to 200% of their annual salary. A 500% GBS at 15% attrition is spending $2.25 million per year on replacement. 3. Payroll KPIs require zero tolerance thinking. Accuracy and timelines are non negotiable. Errors affect every employee simultaneously and destroy trust instantly. 4. Talent acquisition KPIs, time to fill, offer acceptance rate, and quality of hire directly determine whether your GBS has the capacity and capability to deliver. And 5. Workforce management KPIs ensure the business is getting maximum value from its people investment. That then is the part 3 of the KPI Framework Series. In part 4, we move to the IT service management KPIs covering SLA compliance, mean time to resolve, first call resolution, system availability, customer satisfaction metrics. In the meanwhile, you can subscribe to the GBS Analytics Hub so you do not miss the overall series. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in part 4. And do subscribe to the channel and hit a like button